Alright, what is going on, people of the internet, and welcome back to the episode of Ark Survival Evolved Max Speed. And 7 minutes ago is when this update dropped, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, launch an Ark, gotta do it. Gotta test out the Manta-Ray. Can't even think about the Dire Bear right now, because this is what we gotta look at. And I got bad news for everybody who's not cheating in Ark, because, of course, I use the commands to summon and tame everything, because it's just faster that way, and it gives you the exact same results. But I got bad news if you want to do this on legitimately. So there is the command. I actually wrote this one down. It's just Manta replaced where everything else would normally be. I've summoned in here a 120 Manta just by guessing what the command might be, and I got horrible news for everybody here. This is an aggressive, passive tame. I don't even know how those two words go together. Nah, they don't. It's an aggressive, passive tame. It's going to try to kill you while you attempt to feed it. And it's not going to be fun, let me tell you that much. But it's so very, very worth it. Because this Manta-Ray is not limited to the water. No, it's really not. It can go on land. It can go in the air. It can go anywhere you want it to. And you're going to see here, I struggle. I struggle to figure it out here. I really see nothing exceptionally good about this Manta-Ray until after I add max speed to it. I mean, it's right now, and you'll see, I do go out into the ocean and summon I tame an ichthy using the admin command menu remote that I have. The link for well, I guess you pretty much just search up admin command menu, but I'll put a link for that mod in the description. It's on the Steam store. You just add it, and then it downloads to your game. Then you go through the menu for the mod section, and you just add it in. So, easy enough. Now, you can see here we got an ichthy, and it's whatever level. It doesn't matter. We're just looking at speed. Right now, I just spawned in a level 120 just to give you a figure of what you're looking at here, and it's bare bones. It really is. It's got 320 weight, which is actually quite nice and very good, because usually you're never going to go above that as a player if you're going on a heavy raid. Yeah, but I don't think you're going to be taking mana rays on a raid. This is honestly just purely for moving around the ocean. That's it. Maybe attacking. You'll see here I'm on base movement or base melee damage. It's quite good, actually. It does manage to take out this level 20 Megalodon with relative ease, and Megalodons are rather bulky, which you wouldn't normally expect them to be, and you can one-shot coals, which is very nice. It's something that, you know, you really want to have if you're having a water creature. One-shotting coals is a very important thing. So here is where I figure out, oh, that's how you jump out of the water. I thought maybe it wasn't working. You press spacebar, and this thing leaps. So you can see here I'm going to go ahead and enter the command to change the time back, just because it's getting a little dark. And we're going to go ahead and look at how fast this thing can actually move. So, while I have Infinitestats turned off, let's go ahead and see what happens if you put this thing on land. Take a lot of damage. It's pretty risky. So, this thing is going to be limited to water, just because, you know, you don't have infinite health to go around land with. I mean, you saw we just kind of glided across there, and we got stopped because we got back into the water, which is nice. You're going to want to make sure you aim for the water. You're not going to want to go across a continent unless you have Infinitestats turned on. And that's why I turn Infinitestats on. So you can see here I'm adding up the movement speed, and just like the ichthy, it gets 5%, which means that the ichthy will not catch up to it, and we got a higher level cap now, which is nice. We're going up to 243, 242 for regular tames, I believe. So, wow, that's pretty damn quick. It's really good, actually. I really, really like this Manta-Ray, and, you know, one really nice thing about it is you can clear islands. It requires 1 bounce, which is going to take out maybe 5% of your health, but it can clear islands. I mean, it clears islands. So, turning on Infinitestats will show us that we have now infinite health to waste away, and you can control it on land? Oh my, this is good. So, with that knowledge, and this rather spastic amount of damage that we're taking, the fact that it can not really go anywhere without making those noises, which is a weird noise, because usually you wouldn't expect them to make a noise, but I guess they do. So we got here the Manta-Ray going through the forest, and you can control it. You can legitimately control this thing on land. The only way that you're going to be able to go around on land with it is if you have Infinitestats turned on. I'm doing so just for the purpose of entertainment here, because really, nobody is realistically going to play with Infinitestats turned on. Maybe if you're testing something out, just want to have some fun in Ark, just want to go in Ark for like an hour and screw around and spawn a bunch of things in with like your friends, and just see how far you can push the limits of this game, because there are so many limits. It's fantastic. The Manta-Ray is so much fun. It's honestly it overtook the Terror Bird for my favorite creature, definitely. Without a doubt. You can see here, it's just so fast, and it's easily the fastest creature in Ark. There's not even doubting it. You can't even say that the Pteranodon is faster than it, because it's not. It just isn't. The drawbacks are still there for the Manta-Ray, though. You can't take it out of the water unless you have Infinitestats turned on, and if you dismount while you are on the Manta-Ray, it will die. No matter what happens. If you have Infinitestats turned on, doesn't matter, it's going to die as soon as you get off it if you're not in the water with it. But if you're on it, you can use this thing for shuttling runs, hypothetically, if you have Infinitestats turned on. I guess you could do that, no problem. If you got a friend mining on top of the mountain, you can take this thing up there, and you'll be up and down on that mountain faster than anything else in this entire game. And this is a bit of a weird picture, but here it is. It's a Manta-Ray, the creature of the deep, the very gentle giant that is not known for stinging people. That's a stingray. No point in getting those guys confused. The Manta-Ray, the very gentle giant, flying through the air at the height of a mountain when it shouldn't even be able to leave the ocean. It's just so fantastically derpy. There's just really no words for it. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and throw this thing back into the water just to give us a better question, because I've spent a lot of this video on land, rightfully so. It's pretty darn entertaining, and it's easily the fastest creature on land, despite the fact that it is from the water, which is really weird. That's kind of like if I was to tell you that, actually, yeah, the fastest flyer in the game is, in fact, the Alpha Raptor, because you can get it off of a... If you hit a rock just right, you can go right across the map. It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? No, it really doesn't. But the Manta-Ray, it just kind of is that. So, swim speed is fantastic. You're going to have no issues running away from everything. The only problem that you're going to have with this movement speed is its turning radius can't actually keep up with it. It outturns itself. By the time that you are trying to slow down to the point of turning, you have no traction and you're drifting. You're literally drifting through the ocean because you are turning so much. And the Manta-Ray isn't actually being able to keep up with it because it's got so much forward momentum that it just can't stop. But it's so much fun. Like, honestly, I see a lot of potential with having hoverboard races in this game now, because you could probably clear yourself out a track around Ark, you could set yourself a track, and you could have a multi-terrain kind of thing, where it's like, okay, well, you have different checkpoints. There's one in the ocean, that's where you start. You have to turn on infinite stats, give everybody maxed out movement speed, and then you're just going to go around Ark on these, basically just the hoverboards that we deserve. You know, the stupid segways with no handles, that's not a real hoverboard. This is a hoverboard. This thing, you can stand up on it, you can go across land, you can fly through the air. This is the start of the tech tree era in Ark. Something we've been waiting for a very long time, and this is the first step towards it. Probably not. But anyway, that's going to pretty much do it from us. Thank you for watching. This was a very fantastically derpy episode of Ark Max Speed, and I'm so glad that this Manta-Ray is in the game, because I really do love it. Anyway, you can see here, dismounting it will kill it, sadly. You can drag its body, and the ragdoll physics are broken as all hell, so that's great because it's still here. Anyway, that's going to pretty much do it from us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of whatever we make. If you got suggestions, you can leave them in the comments, and the mods, links for everything will be in the description. Thanks for watching. Peace. Peace. Yeah, it goes to death. It's got to make sure. I gotta switch over some settings in this roller coaster to make sure that nobody else gets onto it, so... minimum time... No, I hit the wrong one. What? Why'd you just, like, scream? What happened? Idiot, are you okay? Oh my god, what the hell just happened to her eyebrows? Why is she, like, groaning and, like, moving her eyebrows? What the hell's happening? She's, like, giving birth on the roller coaster. Okay. What? Why is she giving birth?